Here at Helmuth Ford, we are a small town dealership with no hassle and no pressure.
The Keokuk County Veterans Affairs Office in Sigourney wishes you the very best this holiday season. And please remember those that aren't with their families this year, as they are protecting our great country. For more information on Keokuk County Veterans Affairs, contact Michelle Herman, the Veteran Affairs Administrator, at 101 South Main in Sigourney. Steve Shetler Media presents Santa Steve's Stocking, a prize package valued at $1,000, $500 in cash, and $500 in gift cards from participating businesses. Please clearly print your name and phone number on your registration slips. One registration per person per business. Businesses have the option to require an in-store purchase in order to register. One winner will be randomly drawn from all the registrations from all the businesses on Friday, December 20th. In Oskaloosa, you can register at Julie's Homestyle Cafe, Shop Jen Miracle, Aesthetics by Lily, Betsy's Boutique, Stam Garden Center and Nursery, Rushed by Jude, Eagle's Nest Christian Bookstore, Mahaska Drug, and Oski Dental. In Lighton, register at Tassel Ridge Winery. In New Sharon, at Style Me Crazy. And in Sigourney, you can register at Casey's, Sinclair Napa, Barnwire, Brothers Market, Sigourney TV and Appliance, Colbert Feed, Copper Lantern, Sigourney Mercantile, and the Garden Gate. Register now and maybe win big just in time for Christmas with Santa Steve's Stocking.
Snow and ice can be an issue for grazing livestock. The key is what they're grazing on and how the precipitation falls. On Successful Farming Radio.
Successful Farming Radio, providing information farmers need in the field, in the shop, and in the office. Committed to growing your business in agriculture.
Check out our full lineup of Successful Farming podcasts. The Successful Farming podcast goes in-depth into the topics that affect farmers and ranchers. The 15 Minutes with a Farmer podcast offers a quick conversation between an editor and a farmer. The SF Shorts podcast offers bite-sized interviews about agricultural topics. And the SF Daily podcast covers commodity markets, weather, and the big things happening in agriculture each morning. Search for Successful Farming wherever you download your podcasts.
This year, American farmers will harvest 2.8 billion bushels of wheat and 15.1 billion bushels of corn. And to this day, American road workers have built 4.2 million miles of roads and counting. We're proud that John Deere machines rolling off the line here in the USA play a part in supporting Americans who work the land and build a better tomorrow. Nothing runs like a Deere. Learn more at johndeere.com/manufacturing.
Many producers like to winter livestock on crop residues and pasture, but snow and ice can make it tough for animals to paw through for a bite. Knowing how to handle wintry conditions is critical for success. Ben Beckman is an extension educator at the University of Nebraska. He says just how much difficulty they have depends on what the animals are grazing and how the precipitation falls.
From the grazing standpoint, if we have maybe some stockpiled pasture, like a windrow grazing situation where we've got some really fluffy, light hay where there's a lot of air underneath that animals can kind of punch through, even if we have a substantial layer of snow or ice on top and get down into it, we can deal with quite a bit actually. That's a lot different than if we're grazing corn residue. Even a quarter inch of ice or a little bit of snow really makes grazing in those situations difficult.
He says, in general, about 6 inches of snow or a quarter inch of ice is where you'll start to notice animals working much harder for a bite.
That's going to be probably a little bit different for smaller ruminants just because they don't have the weight and the oomph to break through as much. But that's a really rough general guideline that I have. Once we go beyond that point, chances are that they might still be going out and grazing and getting some benefit, but they're having to work a lot harder for it. And so the energy that they're expending at that point starts to make it a little bit more questionable, and we're probably going to have to be doing some supplementation.
Beckman says to keep an eye on animal body condition and supplement with feed that will provide energy and protein. I'm Jody Henke. Learn more about grazing under snow and ice at agriculture.com.